Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Seth Bohnhoff.
Well, it was nice to get a little bit of rain early last week. The problem is since then, all we've had is super sunny days and very warm days as well. So that's going to kind of, unfortunately, act to reverse some of the rain that we ended up with or kind of make it a little kind of unproductive here. Here's the look in Mattoon right now. You still see plenty of sunshine as we look on at the water tower there in the distance. Satellite radar picture looks the same as it has over the last 3 to 4 days. There's just no activity on this thing whatsoever. That means nothing but clear skies. Temperatures still well into the 90s right now. 91 in Champaign, 90 in Bloomington, still 88 up there in Pontiac and in Watseka as well. Let's kind of take a look at some numbers because now we're about to get into October, which means 90-degree weather should almost be a thing of the past. But here we are today, officially registering a 90-degree high according to the water survey in Champaign. There have only been 16 days over the last 125 years that were on this date or later in the year to make it to 90 degrees or higher. And the latest we've had a 90-degree day in the last 125 years is October 8th. That's only 9 days away. So we're talking about pushing the absolute limits on how deep into the year we can go with 90-degree weather, because with the seasons, with the way the sun is angled in the sky in the daylight, you're not supposed to really be able to hit 90 degrees very easily here in late September. The good thing with all this, though, is that the air has been dry enough, the skies have been clear enough at night, you can still drop all the way down into the 50s into your morning hours. So that kind of saves us a little bit, at least gives us some of a break there into the nighttime. But another 90-degree high is expected as we wrap up the month again there tomorrow. 90 degrees under another sunny sky. 90 for Champaign tomorrow, 90 in Decatur and Springfield as well, and 89s for Mattoon and down there in Effingham. Big reason for this is, well, high pressure continues to remain in control. Just this big ridge that is in place, likely not to really go anywhere over the next several days. And that does pose some problems for us because that means another kind of stretch of weather where we're not going to see any rain chances. The next 7+ days feature nothing but a single 10% chance, and that's not until the end of this coming weekend. So it's going to be another dry week. That likely means things are going to continue to worsen. The only kind of thing that we're seeing here in the distance that gives us a little bit of hope we could see some of that rain or even some of those cooler temperatures is that second week of October, kind of talking around October 8th to 10th. Maybe a little system is trying to slip through here, kind of break down that main ridging pattern. But the thing is, that's beyond 7 days from now, so it's so hard to tell any sort of specifics with that, where it's going to rain, how much it's going to rain, because you just don't have a lot of confidence in that. That being said, your 8 to 14 day outlook, which is from October 7th to 13th, does give us some of those chances for that extra precip coming into the area. So there's some optimism we could maybe find a system to get its way into the area. Problem is, up until then, in the next 7 days, we are not expecting much of anything. As you can see there, very little color on that rainfall map. The temperatures are going to stay very hot here for the next couple of days, especially for this time of year. Those average highs find their way into the 60s, the upper 60s to start October, and we're nowhere near that. We're talking about upper 80s here for the next several days at least. So not a whole lot in the way of relief from the drought, not a whole lot in the way of relief from this heat as well. Just a very abnormal forecast for this time of year. And as mentioned, we're kind of just pushing the limits on how hot things can be as we flip the calendar over into October. 90-degree weather, usually a thing of the past by now, but we could be talking about it on the last day of September tomorrow. That does not happen every year.
You can really appreciate these temperatures if you have to work outside or you want to do something outside.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Appreciate's the key word.
Exactly. We could use some cooler weather, but one thing we really need is rain. Hopefully we find a way to get either one here soon.
That's it. Thank you, Seth.
Seth, thank you. It is